Hi and welcome, and thank you for joining on this Penn Summer Abroad information session. My name is Dr. Lauren Fiore, and as my role as Associate Director, of International Programs at LPS, one of my roles is to oversee the Penn Summer Abroad portfolio. So what I want to do today is basically take a couple minutes to talk about each of the programs that we're going to be offering for summer 2022. And then talk to you a little bit about cost, financial aid, and the actual application that is at the moment actually been suspended. There was an issue. It went live yesterday. There was an error with the application, so it had to be taken down for about 24 hours to fix the issue, and it will be back up. So if you're having issues, try again tomorrow. But we'll talk a little bit about the details of the application as well. Please feel free if you have any questions along the way. You can unmute yourself if you feel comfortable doing that, and you can ask your questions. You can also send them through the chat if that's easier for you. And we'll also have some time at the end to chat a little bit as well. Before we get started talking about the programs, I want to make it very clear of what Penn Summer Abroad looks like for summer 2022. So for the past 2 summers, Penn Summer Abroad has been suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We are very much planning and moving forward with offering all of the programs for summer 2022. But I want everyone to be advised that we will be required to get CITRA approval, which is the Committee on Travel Risk Assessment here at Penn. And so we will get approval a few months prior to the start of the programs. We'll submit petitions to get approved by CITRA. And so again, if for any reason there might be some issues with the program, it is possible that not all of the programs in this portfolio will run for summer 2022. So all of the programs are subject to approval by this committee here at Penn, as are all abroad programs at the moment. Again, we very much anticipate that they will run. We are making sure that we move forward in planning the programs. We are thinking very much about this health and safety of all program participants and thinking about what we can do. I will also let you know as well that new for this summer, we are purchasing as part of your program fee for each of the programs. There is a cancellation insurance that will be included in there. So should we have to cancel programs for any reason, there is some insurance in there to kind of cover up to 75% of non-refundable costs. So we're really very much thinking about what this summer will look like. We are planning for health and safety risks. And like I said, we're also planning for in the event that something gets canceled very last minute. With that said, we have been in touch with risk management here at the university. And so, we are in those discussions. And again, we very much plan to offer the programs for the summer. Another thing I want to mention, we all are aware, I'm sure, of the vaccination policy here at Penn. On May 18th, you'll see that the university noted that if you plan to travel domestic or internationally on a group Penn affiliated trip, that you must be vaccinated. And so if you have questions about that, or if you have an exemption, there is that travel safety email address that you should contact. But again, we're anticipating and expecting all of our Penn Summer Abroad participants to be vaccinated against COVID-19. So now that we've discussed that, I'd like to kind of talk about a little bit about each program. So you'll see here, the first program we are offering this summer is our Penn in the Alps program. This is going to be offered by Dr. Redo Guier, and you can see there's the dates listed there. This is our latest program. It happens at the end of August, mid to end August. It's a 2-week program, and part of this program is actually hiking through the Alps. So you can kind of see that picture from the program. Students are required to have, some take into consideration that this will require, some serious exercise. And so you want to be prepared for that. But you'll see it is hiking through both Switzerland as well as Italy, and you stay in different houses and cabins along the way. The course is offered through the geology department, and you can see that's the course, Geology 319, that is offered as part of the program. So it's a 1 CU program. And the next program we'll be offering for summer 2022 is our Penn and Con program. Again, you can see the dates. It's about 2 weeks as well for this program. There are 2 pre-departure lectures that you also have to be available for if you decide to participate in this program. So there will be a pre-departure lecture on March 25th and one on April 15th as well. This program involves attending the Cannes Film Festival, and it is offered out of the Cinema Studies department. So you can see there the course again that is offered, and this course does fulfill an elective in the Cinema and Media Studies major and minor. And again, a lot of the program is focused around attending the Cannes Film Festival, watching the films, is the majority of what you will be doing as part of the program. Our newest program that we're excited to offer for summer 2022 is our Penn and Florence program. And you'll see, again, there's the dates listed there. It's for the month of June. There are 2 courses. So our shorter programs that are about 2 weeks, our Con and our Alps program, they were both 1 CU programs. Penn and Florence is about a month, and it is a 2 CU program. So you can see Italian 101 and Italian 288 are the 2 courses that students will take as part of the Penn and Florence program. There is a novice level proficiency in Italian required. So our Penn and Florence program is one of our 2 language programs. So the focus of this program is really immersing yourself in Italian language and culture. So in addition to your coursework, you'll also be engaged in different activities and excursions to really take in the culture of Florence. Penn in Kenya is another program that we are excited to offer this year. Again, you can see the dates listed for you. This is also a shorter 1 CU program. May 17th to the 24th is actually a week that will be on campus. So like the Con program, there is some work that needs to be done prior to departure. So there is a week in May that all students are required to attend these courses, these lectures on campus. On the 26th of May is when participants will depart for Kenya. Penn in Kenya is a special program in the fact that it is a grant-funded program, which means that a lot of the costs for the program are actually covered for you through this grant. We'll talk a little bit more about this in a couple slides when we talk about the costs of programs. But again, you'll see right there, there is the course number for what will be offered with the Penn in Kenya program. Tuition is a cost that will still be part of this program, but a lot of the other funds will be, or charges will be covered by the grant. Again, we'll talk a little more about this. It's also on our website. Penn in London is the next program that we offer. Again, this is one of our longer programs, so students will enroll in 2 CUs. You can see the courses that are offered. You will select 2 of the 3 courses that are there for you. So you can see which 2 are of interest to you. 2 of the 3 courses actually fulfill sector requirements. So if you are thinking about how some of this program or some of these courses might fit into your academic plan, you can see that they do fulfill some sector requirements for your gen ed requirements. And again, Penn in London is really, it's based on the London theater environment. And so you'll attend different theater shows, take in the culture of the city as well. And Penn in Madrid, you see, again, the dates are listed. This is one of our longer 2 CU programs as well. The courses are listed there. This is like Penn in Florence. Penn in Madrid is also a language immersion program. So the focus there is, again, really immersing yourself in the language and culture within the city. There are a variety of courses based on your level of Spanish. So there are some more advanced courses and some lower level courses, depending on your language proficiency. So those are the programs, very briefly, that we'll be offering for summer 2022. Each program has its own website that's associated with Penn Summer. I encourage you, if there's a particular program that you're especially interested in, to visit that website and read a little bit more about the details. That was kind of the overview or the highlights there. But again, there's much more detailed information if you check out our website. In terms of the timeline, applications, as I mentioned, opened yesterday, the 15th. However, we had a little technical issue. So they'll be closed for 24 hours, but they will reopen tomorrow. And then our early application deadline is January 14th. So I strongly encourage you to apply for a program by this early application deadline. These students will basically have first shot at the spots within the program. After the 14th, if there are any spots available in the programs, applications will continue to be opened and they'll be reviewed on a rolling basis. So the final application deadline will be March 31st. So after January 14th, those that have applied, your applications will be reviewed and decisions will be released on February 11th. Again, after that February 11th, or I'm sorry, after January 14th, if there are spots open, we will still continue to accept applications, but it will only be for whatever spots are left. Applications, again, will be reviewed on a rolling basis. So again, my strong suggestion to you is if there is a program that you're very interested in, please be sure to complete your application by January 14th. There are limited spots available in all of our programs. Some are larger than others, depending on the pieces of the program. But again, January 14th should really be the deadline that you have in your mind. So what do you need in order to apply? The first thing that you need to apply is the completed application. So what you can do is you can go onto our website again. If you can Google Penn Summer Abroad, you can go through the Penn Summer site, and you'll see there is a Apply Now button listed on each one of the program websites. So you can click on the Apply Now button. You'll see Penn Summer Abroad is offered through the College of Liberal and Professional Studies. So sometimes it's a bit confusing. I actually think I indicated how to complete your application. It can be a bit confusing when you look on the website because the application system, excuse me, it talks about the graduate and professional studies. Again, it's because it's coming through LPS. You are on the right site. Basically, what you want to select first is the School of Arts and Sciences, College of Liberal and Professional Studies. After you click that, you will then see at the option, there's a variety of programs listed. You can kind of scroll down to Penn Summer Abroad. You all being Penn students, I'm assuming all of you are, will click the Penn Summer Abroad for Penn students. There's also a Penn Summer Abroad for non-Penn students application that's separate. You want to go through, before maybe I say that, the pieces of your application that are required are the actual, we say questionnaires with the information that you need to fill in about, your name and your Penn ID and your, different pieces of your personal information. You're also required to complete application essays. So when you first log into our system or click the Apply Now button and click through and you find Penn Summer Abroad, the first page is a program information page. And it'll give you a little summary of what Penn Summer Abroad is. That's where they will also list the questions that you need to complete for the essays. So it's important there to kind of note those questions, and that's what you can do to start to complete your essay, work on your essay, so that you can later upload it to the system. We also require one letter of recommendation, as well as your official undergraduate transcript. So you should be able to log into Penn in Touch and receive your unofficial transcript. I'm sorry, this should say unofficial. I don't know why that says. We only require an unofficial transcript for Penn Summer Abroad. There's actually an option for you to check off that you allow us to access your transcript in the system as well, so that we can confirm the requirement that you have the appropriate transcript submitted to us. But you can just upload an unofficial copy of your transcript. As I mentioned, it can be slightly confusing to click through some of the buttons until you find the actual application. But once you go through that process, you complete the application. And then once you click submit, an email is automatically sent to you with a supplemental form. So the form will be based on whatever program you've selected. And these are additional questions that we'd like you to complete based on your program. So for example, our Madrid program, we'd like you to tell us which courses you're planning on taking. So where are you? What kind of proficiency level do you have in Spanish? So any kind of extra questions based on the program that you've selected, that will be submitted to you through this extra form that's sent to you via your email. We do need you to complete that form before your application is reviewed. So you want to make sure that you look for that and complete that as well. It's important to also think about program costs. So first and foremost, the cost of the program will require your tuition and fees cost. I'm sorry again, as I keep looking at this. The information we have at the moment is only for summer 2021. Typically in March is when tuition information comes out for summer 2022. So you want to just take into consideration that this is what the cost was last year. Costs tend to go up in tuition, so you might want to estimate a little bit more for this upcoming summer. And this is true for all programs. So all programs are, either 1 or 2 CUs, so you want to take that into account for your cost. In addition to paying for tuition, you're also required to pay a program fee for each of your programs. They range anywhere from $2,000 to $3,500, depending on the specific program in which you're interested. You can find the specific program fee information for the program you're interested in on that particular website. And the program fee covers the cost of your housing while you're abroad. It also covers the cost of any trips, any transportation, any activities that you do. All of that will be covered by this program fee cost. The exception to this is the Penn and Kenya program, which I mentioned before. So the grant that is associated with our Penn and Kenya program covers the cost of your housing, as well as all of your transportation, as well as your meals while you're there. So there is no program fee for that program. You are still required to pay for the tuition for the CU that you're taking with the program, but there is no specific program fee for that program. Additionally, for Kenya, as well as all of our other programs, you are required to pay for your own flight, as well as any personal expenses while you are there. What happens is that each program will have an estimated cost worksheet that is posted to the particular website. Student Financial Services works on those for us, and they will be posted once they're available. This usually does not happen until the spring semester, usually after March, because we'll be thinking about the cost of tuition in that worksheet as well. In terms of financial aid, we get this question a lot. The first and foremost, my advice always is to speak with your financial aid counselor. He or she has, the most understanding of financial aid and knows your particular situation and background and can speak to that much better than I or Penn Summer Abroad can really talk about. There is the possibility to apply for summer financial aid. I will say my understanding is that it is very limited. However, again, my advice is to talk with your financial aid counselor. There will be an application that opens for summer aid, and when we are made available of it, we will post that information on our website as well. There is, again, limited opportunities. Highly aided students actually have more options potentially for summer aid, so that's definitely something, again, to speak with Student Financial Services and your counselor about. In terms of fellowships and scholarships, there is the Levi Travel Fellowship, which is an opportunity offered to all Penn Summer Abroad students, with the exception really of Penn and Kenya, because you don't have a program fee. The Levi Travel Fellowship is to cover the cost of your program fee. Basically, there will be an application that becomes available that's linked through Penn Summer Abroad. It will open on December 1st. This is for students that are highly aided and that are financial aid recipients. So we work with Student Financial Services to see students that are in need of aid and kind of review applications based on need, as well as based on the different components of your application. Basically, you'll need to complete an essay as part of the application to explain your need for the fellowship, and it will cover the cost of your program fee. Typically, about 2 students per program are awarded a Levi Travel Fellowship, and this is offered through LPS. Again, we'll open applications on December 1st, and the deadline to apply for a Levi Travel Fellowship is February 14th. There are also external scholarships that are available. Penn Abroad lists many of them on their website. We link to them on our website as well. One that several Penn Summer Abroad students in the past have used is the Gilman Scholarship, which is available to Pell recipients. So again, you can check out the website. There's more information there about different external scholarships. So what I like to do, and in my role, I really look at kind of the logistics of, helping students with the application and applying. But if you really want to know the details of a program, I highly, highly suggest that you go to one of the program specific information sessions that are happening. And you can see I've listed the dates and times and locations. If it says Zoom, you'll be able to actually access the Zoom link on our website like you did for this particular information session. But this is an opportunity to meet with the faculty director that will actually take you abroad and to learn the details of the program and to ask really program specific questions. So again, if there's something you're interested in particular, I would strongly suggest that you go to one of these information sessions. Okay. So with that said, I have some time now to stay and answer any questions that you have. That's kind of the general overview. I also put the Penn Summer Abroad office information as well as the email address. So if you ever have any questions, after this, you can always feel free to just contact summerabroad@sas.upenn.edu. But again, I have some time now. So if anyone has any questions at the moment, definitely feel free to ask. And again, you can unmute yourself or feel free to just share it through the chat. Great question. So the question is, can you apply to multiple programs? You can. So you can absolutely feel free to apply to different programs. You can actually attend multiple programs. You need to make sure that the dates don't overlap because you must be fully present for all days of the program. But you can apply to more than one. You'll just have to actually complete a separate application for each program. So there may be, depending on the program, the essay question might change a little bit. But definitely the way that your application is routed once you submit depends on the program in which you apply. So it's important, you can apply to more than one, you just have to complete more than one application. Absolutely, another one, can you apply to PSA as well as GRIP? Absolutely, again, you just have to be aware of the dates. So as long as the dates don't overlap and you have the ability to attend both programs in full, and truthfully, I do not know the dates of GRIP, and I think it depends specifically on the internship in which you're awarded. So if you can work that out, though, we would be happy to have you participate in PSA as well. Oh, another question about the essay. And is there a word limit? I would say there is no particular word limit, but I would suggest saying that, you answer the questions in full without going too extensive. I think someone else I was talking to earlier with said they have about 2 pages. I think that's appropriate. I think if it's less than that's okay, than that even, I think that's okay. I would not go beyond that. I think that that's probably sufficient. Oh no, 2 questions, again, 2 pages for the essay questions would be in total. There's a minimum of 3, or yes, there's a minimum of 3 essay questions. My experience has been that students, as you're answering one, kind of tie into another one and the other one. So they tend to kind of, what is your experience with what is your desire, sometimes can get connected. So I would say about 2 pages would be sufficient for all 3 questions. Again, people have gone beyond, but I don't think that that's necessary. You're welcome. Any other thoughts or questions? If not, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your night. And like I said, please look for the program specific information sessions as well.